Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum students. I hope all of you are good and doing well at home. I welcome you again in the class of mathematics. So students, as you know, we are going to start from geometry. Okay, as you all know that we are going to start from geometry, and from which chapter we are going to start? We are going to start basically our new chapter, that is chapter number 12, triangles and quadrilaterals. So far we have completed only chapter number 11 in geometry, that was fundamental concepts of geometry, and our chapter has been completed. That's why we are going to start from a new chapter, that is chapter number 12, triangles and quadrilaterals. So let's quickly go through the table of contents of this lecture. Means in this lecture what you are going to learn today: number one, you will learn what are triangles, then you will learn what are the classification of triangle, and then the last one, that, or you can say a new topic, that is quadrilaterals. So these are the three topics that we are going to cover in this lecture. So let's start from the definition of triangle. So what is triangle? Now let's consider this figure. In this figure, what you are seeing, that there are three lines, and this is a figure which is bounded by three straight lines. Okay, so what is a triangle? Any figure that is bounded by three, how many? Three straight lines is called a triangle. Okay, what is a triangle? A figure bounded by three straight lines. Bounded means that will be joined, means if you have three lines, just suppose, as you can see here, these are three lines as well, but as you can see, these three lines are not joining with each other. So what is a triangle? If the three lines will bounded with each other, so you will say the given figure is a triangle. A triangle ABC. This is the triangle A, B, and C. So a triangle ABC is written as triangle ABC, in which this one, I'm talking about this. So this is the symbol of, this is a symbol to represent triangle. Okay. So if you have any triangle, you are going to write it down, the triangle ABC. So instead of writing down the whole terminology or whole spelling, simply you will make the symbol, and this is a symbol of triangle. So a triangle ABC is written as with the symbol triangle A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C. A triangle has six elements. Okay, now how many elements are there? Six elements. In total, a triangle has six elements. Now, what are those six elements? Three angles and three sides. Now, what are three angles and three sides? This is the angle number one, okay, on A, on point A. This is angle number two, and this is angle number three, okay. So any triangle, what type of triangle do you have? But every triangle has three angles, and as well as they also has three sides. Now this is side number one, this is side number two, and this is side number three. So there are in total six elements in a triangle, out of which three are angles and three are sides. The sum of major of the three angles of a triangle is always equals to 180 degree. Means if you will measure the three angles, just suppose here you have the angle A, which is equals to 60 degree. This is angle B, which is also equals to 60 degree, and this is angle C, which is equals to 60 degree as well. So if you will add these angles together, so 60 plus 60 will be 120, 120 plus 60 will be equals to 180. So the sum of major of three angles of a triangle is always, please keep it in your mind, that always it will be equals to 180 degree, right? So what is a triangle? A figure that is bounded by three straight lines, okay. It will be represented with the help of this symbol, a small triangle symbol, and it has six elements. Number one, they have three angles as well as they have three sides, right? right? Now, the sum of measure of the three angles of a triangle is always equals to 180 degree, right? So this is the definition of triangle. Now we are moving towards the classification of triangle, means how you will classify the triangle. Okay, we will classify the triangle according to angles first. Okay, we can classify triangles according to angles and according to its sizes with. So let's check it out, what are its types according to angles, okay, with respect to angles. So the first type of triangle according to angle is this one, that is acute triangle. Okay, the second type of the triangle according to angle is right triangle. And the third type of the triangle according to angles, I am repeating again, according to angles, is obtuse triangle. So on the basis of angles, there are three types of triangle: acute triangle, right triangle, obtuse triangle. Now, we can also classify triangle according to their sides, okay? We can also classify triangle according to their sides. So the number one classification of the triangle according to side is scalene triangle, okay? According to side, the first classification is scalene triangle. Second is isosceles triangle, okay? The second one according to side is isosceles triangle, and the last one is the equilateral triangle. So according to sides, we can also classify triangle into three types. Number one is scalene triangle, number two is isosceles triangle, and number three is equilateral triangle, right? Now, in the next slide, I'm going to define each side, each classification of triangle. So let's start. So let's start from this one. So classification of triangle, but according to angles. Okay, classification of triangles, but according to angles. The first one is this acute triangle. As you remember that the first type of the triangle according to the angles is acute triangle. Now, as the name indicates, a triangle whose all the angles are acute. Acute means those angle which is less than 90 degree. Okay, any angle which is less than 90 degree, so that angle will be called as acute angle. So if a triangle whose all angles are acute, so that triangle will be called an acute triangle. Now let's consider this figure. In this figure, as you can see, this is a triangle as it is bounded by three straight lines. Okay, the measurement of angle A is 75 degree, that is less than 90 degree. Okay, the measurement of angle B is 43 degree, that is again less than 90 degree. The measurement of angle C is 62 degree and it is again less than 90 degree. So as you can see here, these all angles are less than 90 degrees. So you will say that all the angles are acute angles. Okay, and in this triangle all the angles are acute angle, so you will say that this triangle is basically acute triangle. Why acute triangle? Because all the angles are acute. Understand? Now the next one is the right triangle. Now what is the right triangle? A triangle whose one angle. Okay, now how many angles? Only one angle. We are talking about only one angle. In acute triangle, all the angles must be acute. Okay, but if one angle is right angle means the angle of 90 degree. Understand? So a triangle whose one angle is right angle, that triangle will be called as right triangle. Okay, as you can see here in this picture, here you have a triangle ABC, but as you can see here, the measurement of angle B is 90 degree, means it is a right angle. Okay, so what you will say that this angle, this triangle is basically a right triangle. Why right triangle? Because one angle is of 90 degree. The side opposite to the right angle. Okay, now which side we are talking about? This is the right angle, okay, which is 90 degree, and the side opposite to right angle is this side. Okay, now the side opposite to this angle is this side. We are talking about this side. So basically the side opposite to the right angle is called hypotenuse. Okay, so this side will be called as hypotenuse. Now, the next or the last one is obtuse triangle. Now, what is obtuse triangle? Let's check it out. A triangle whose one angle is an obtuse angle. Okay, if you have a triangle whose only one angle, we are talking about only one angle is an obtuse angle. So we will call that triangle an obtuse triangle. Now let's check it out here. Okay, first of all, you should know what is obtuse angle. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So an angle which measures greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, so that angle is called as obtuse angle. As you can see here in this triangle ABC, the measurement of this angle C is 40 degree, means it is an acute angle, and the measurement of angle A here is 30 degree, which is again acute angle. But as you can see here, the measurement of angle B is 110 degree, means greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So one angle is obtuse angle, right? So if a triangle whose only one angle is obtuse, so you will say that this triangle is basically obtuse triangle, right? So these are the classification, or you can say these are the types of triangle according to angles. Now we are moving towards the classification of triangles, but according to their sides. Okay, according to sides. So the first classification is scalene triangle. Now what is a scalene triangle? A triangle having no sides. As we are classifying the triangles according to sides, so here we will talking about only sides. We are not discussing and we are not going to classify the triangle according to angle. Here we will classify according to the sides. Okay, if you have any triangle whose no sides congruent, having no sides congruent, is called a scalene triangle. Now congruent means same, or you can say equal. Now let's consider this one. This is an scalene triangle. Why it's scalene triangle? Because the measurement of this side is 12 centimeter. The measurement of this side means side BC is equals to 14 centimeter, and the measurement of side AC is equals to 6 centimeter. So as you can see here, all the sides are of different measurement. So you will say that this is a scalene triangle. The second type of triangle is isosceles triangle according to sides. Okay. Now, a triangle having two of its sides congruent means how many sides should be congruent? Two sides. If two sides are congruent, congruence means same or equal. So you will say that the given triangle is an isosceles triangle. Let's consider this figure. This is an isosceles triangle. Why? Because the measurement of this side, that is PQ, is 5 centimeter, as well as the measurement of this side, which is PR, is also equals to 5 centimeter. But the measurement of this third side, which is QR, is 6 centimeter, which is a different one. But as you can see here, two sides are equal. So you will say that this is an isosceles triangle because two sides are equal in nature, or you can say two sides are congruent. Okay, so this type of triangle will be called as isosceles triangle. The last one is this equilateral triangle. Now, equi means what? Equi means equal. Laterals means side. So, equal sides. Okay. So, a triangle having all the three sides congruent means if any triangle whose all sides are equal, so that is called an equilateral triangle. Now, let's consider this figure. Okay, now if you talk about this one, so the measurement of this angle side will be 3 centimeter, this will be also 3 centimeter, and this side will be also of 3 centimeter. So if all the sides are equal, so you will say that the given triangle is an equilateral triangle, right? As well as in an equilateral triangle is also an equiangular matlab equal angles. Okay, equiangular triangle means the measurement of angle A is equals to measurement of angle B, as well as measurement of angle B will be equals to angle C. So in an equilateral triangle all the sides are equal as well as all the angles are equals. Okay, so that triangle will be called as an equilateral triangle. So according to sides, there are three types of triangle: scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, and equilateral triangle. So the topic of triangle has been ended here. Now we are moving towards the next topic, which is quadrilateral. Now this is a new one. So what is a quadrilateral? A figure. Okay, again here we are talking about a figure, but that figure is bounded by four straight lines. If you have any figure that is bounded means joining. Okay, joined, so bounded by four straight lines, so you will say that it is a quadrilateral. Now let's consider this figure. This figure is basically has four straight lines. This is line number 1, this is line number 2, this is line number 3, and this is line number 4. Okay, now there are four straight lines here, and these lines are bounded with each other. So you will say that it is a quadrilateral. Okay, so what is a quadrilateral? Which has four sides. Now this will be A, this will be point B, this will be point C, and this will be point D. So it is a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So the quadrilateral is denoted by quad A, B, C, D. If you remember, for triangle we will make a symbol, a small symbol of triangle. So if you are going to represent quadrilateral, so what you will write? You will simply write quadrilateral. Instead of quadrilateral, you will simply write quad, Q-U-A-D dot A, B, C, D. Now this is A, B, C, D. Okay, so what is a quadrilateral? That is bounded by four straight lines. So there are some more types of quadrilateral here. As you can see here, all these shapes are quadrilateral. This is a rectangle, this is a square, right? This is something different figures, but all these figures are bounded by four straight lines. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these shapes have four sides, and all the four sides are bounded with each other. So you will say that these all are quadrilaterals. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to some terminologies that we are going to use for our quadrilateral. The first one is, just suppose consider this quadrilateral, and this quadrilateral is basically A, B, C, D. So these are the points of quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Now vertices. Okay, now what is vertices? Okay, vertices basically the common points. Okay, what does vertices? Vertices are basically the common points of the line segments are called vertices. Now here you can see that this point, okay, this is the common point. Okay, this point and this point. Okay, so these points are called as the vertices in any quadrilateral, right? Next is opposite sides. Now what are opposite sides in a quadrilateral? AB is opposite to side CD. Now, which is AB? This one. This is AB. The opposite side of AB will be this CD. Okay, so AB and CD are opposite sides. Similarly, AD is opposite to side BC. Now, where is AD? This side. Okay, so this is AD. So the opposite side of AD will be this BC. Okay, so there are two pairs of opposite sides. First pair is AB and CD, and the second pair is AD and BC. Understand? So these are called opposite sides of a quadrilateral. The last one is adjacent sides. Okay, now what does it mean by adjacent? Adjacent, that is something side by side or जो बराबर में हो. So adjacent sides are which one? AB is adjacent to BC. Now which is one is AB? This is AB. Okay, so the adjacent side of this AB will be this BC. Okay, this BC. Okay, the adjacent side of AB will be BC. Similarly, the adjacent side of BC, okay, this side BC is adjacent to this side, that is CD. Similarly, this CD will be adjacent to DA. Okay, we are talking about this CD. Okay, the adjacent sides here is CD and DA, as well as this DA is adjacent to AB. So two sides are adjacent here, this AB and BC, then BC, CD, then CD, DA, and then DA and AB. Okay, so these are the adjacent side of any quadrilateral. Some more quadrilaterals terminologies. Now look at here. Opposite angles. Now previously we were talking about opposite sides, and now we are talking about opposite angles. Okay, now what are opposite angles in a quadrilateral? Angle A and angle C are opposite angles. Now what are angle A and angle C? Now this one, okay, we are talking about this one. This is angle A, so the opposite angle of angle A will be this one, that is this point, angle C. Okay, so angle A and angle C are opposite to each other. Similarly, angle B and angle D are also opposite angles. Now where is angle B? Here it is, this one. Okay, this is angle B, and the opposite angle of angle B will be this one, angle D. Okay, so A and C are opposite angles, B and D are opposite angles, right? Now the next is adjacent angles. Okay, now what are adjacent angles? Angle A and angle B. Now look at here, this one, this angle, and this angle. So you will say angle A and angle B are adjacent angle. Okay, angle A and angle B are adjacent because they are side by side with each other. Then similarly, angle B, this angle B is adjacent to angle C. Then angle C is adjacent to angle D, and angle D is adjacent to angle A. Okay, so what are adjacent angle? Angle A and angle B. Second pair of adjacent angle is angle B and angle C. Third pair of adjacent angles is angle C and angle D, and the fourth pair of adjacent angle is angle D and angle A. Understand? So these are different terminologies that we are going to use in our upcoming lecture. So you should learn and you should know what are opposite sides, what are opposite angles in a quadrilaterals, what are adjacent sides, and what are adjacent angles in a quadrilateral. Now, again, quadrilateral. Now, here we are talking about diagonal. Now, what is a diagonal? Now let's consider the figure again. Now, what is a diagonal? The line segment. Here we are talking about a line segment joining opposite vertices. Okay, the line segment that joining the opposite vertices of a quadrilateral is called its diagonal. Okay, now let's consider here. Now let's consider this figure. This is a line segment, and this line segment is joining the opposite vertices. This is the vertex, this is the vertex. Okay, so this line segment is joining the opposite vertices, so you will say that it is a diagonal. Understand? This is joining the vertex A with the vertex C. Okay, then another line segment is also joining the vertex B with the vertex D. So you will say that this is again a diagonal. So what is a diagonal? It is a line segment that join the opposite vertices of a quadrilateral. Okay, AC. Now, what is AC? This is AC, the line segment AC and the line segment BD. I'm talking about this BD. So, the line segment AC and BD are the diagonals of chord ABCD. What does it mean by chord? Quadrilateral ABCD. So, basically, AC and BD, this AC and BD are the diagonals of quadrilateral ABCD. Clear? So what you have learned today? So far you have discussed the definition of triangle, then you learned what are classification of triangles, then you learned about the quadrilaterals. Now what I required from all of you is to open your books and mark the important points in your book. So in your book, open page number 167, and when you will open your page number 167, you can see there that you have a chapter number 12, triangles and quadrilaterals. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to highlight these important points on your page number 167. This is triangle, and this is the definition of triangle. Okay, this is the figure of triangle. These are some important points, and here you have the classification of triangle. Understand? Here you have the classification of triangle according to angles: acute triangle, right triangle, and you have to highlight all these important points in your book. Okay, now I hope all of you have been done with this. Now we are moving towards the next one. So now open page number 168, and on page number 168 you have some more definitions or some more kinds of triangle. Like here you have obtuse triangle, then here you have the figure of the triangle, and then these are according to size, different sides of the triangle. Okay, now one thing that I want to tell you here, when you are going to draw these figures in your copy, so you have to draw it with the help of measurements. Okay, you will draw it with measurements. Understand? Now here you have exercise number 12.1, which you are going to attempt in your copy. Okay, and you have to fill the blanks as well, and this is the quadrilaterals. Okay, this is the definition of quadrilaterals: vertices, sides, opposite sides, adjacent sides, right? Okay, here you can see the symbol of quadrilateral. This is the symbol of quadrilateral. You can also represent quadrilateral with the help of this symbol, or simply you will write it down here: quad dot A B C D. Clear? Now I'm going to start the question answer session here. So what you have to do, you have to reply me as soon as possible. A triangle with one angle of 90 degree is called dash. Okay, now a triangle with one angle of 90 degree. So if any triangle whose one angle is 90 degrees, that triangle is called as right triangle. Okay, that triangle is called as right triangle. A figure bounded by four straight lines. If you have any figure that is bounded by four straight lines, that figure is called dash. Okay, if you have any figure which is bounded by four straight line, that figure is basically called as quadrilateral. So the answer for blank number 2 is quadrilateral. The sum of the measure of the three angles of a triangle is always equals to, very simple and easy. The sum of the measure of the three angles of a triangle is always equals to what? It is always equals to 180 degree. Yes, answer is 180 degree. A triangle having all the three sides congruent is called an dash triangle. Okay, if you have any triangle whose all the three sides congruent, so what type of triangle will it be? Yes, it will be an equilateral triangle. Okay, it will be an equilateral triangle. Now, number 5, a figure bounded by three straight lines is called dash. A figure bounded by three straight lines is called dash. What will be the answer of this one? Yes, the answer will be triangle. So, triangle is a figure that is bounded by three straight lines. The last one is a triangle has dash angles. How many angles a triangle has? Yes, a triangle has three angles. Okay, a triangle has three angles, right? Next is a triangle having no sides congruent is called dash. A triangle having no sides congruent is called dash. What will be the answer? Answer will be scalene triangle. Scalene is a triangle whose none of the side is congruent. So the answer for blank number 7 is scalene triangle, right? So this is the end of the lecture. If you want to ask anything and if you have any question in your mind, you can write it down in the comment section. Okay, I am repeating again. If you want to ask anything, you can write it down in the comment section. I am going to post your assignment today as well. And in the assignment, what you have to do, you have to copy down all the definitions and you have to draw all the figures on interleaf page, and then you will attempt your exercise number 12.1, that is fill in the blanks, and you have to fill the blanks as well. Understand? So I want to end my lecture here. At the end of the lecture, I would like to say thank you so much for listening me very carefully. I'm very thankful to all of you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.